Challenge accepted. What up, y'all? DC Fago guy. All Things Juggalo posted that comment on my Angelic review about a week and a half ago. It says it was a week ago, but it was actually more than that. But it wasn't a challenge. It wasn't even a request, but decided to go ahead and do it. I didn't have any other requests come in for any reviews, so decided to go ahead and do it. And this is going to be actually the last review of the Hostile Takeover because we are at the end of June. It's close enough to the end of the month. We're going to go ahead and end this takeover. Well, part one anyways. We're going to take a quick Fago break and we'll start another month into the Hostile Takeover. But enough of that. Let's jump into N9ne's Everready, The Religion. This came out back in 2006. It actually was a good 2 years in the making. Tech spent a few years doing some touring and whatnot, and then after a damn near fatal crash, decided to get back in the studio and release Everready. You know, it was time for a new album. And so there's the front, and here's the back with the track listings. And enter Everready, and you got a little like sub. It's not really anything special. It's kind of like little skits at the end, just little intro skits, I guess you could say, to the next song or whatever. Or in this case, that one right there, Blessed. The different guys, they were actually, the story behind it is they were on their way to Billings, Montana, I believe it was, and they were actually on the freeway, and they were in like an 18-passenger van. They actually flipped and rolled the bitch several times, and the paramedics, when they got there, actually said that they were lucky to be alive. So it was Cut, Tech, Chris Calico, and two other guys. I think Snug Brim, I don't remember who the other two were, but they each got a letter of a tattoo on them because they were blessed to be alive. So that's kind of cool that they had that in there. And that little skit, the whole Enter Everready actually is it's them talking about the wreck. It's kind of cool how they did that too. Anyway, back into the tracks. You got Riot Maker, No Can Do, Welcome to the Midwest, About to Bubble, It's What You Thinking, Night and Day, Jelly Sickle, Caribou, Hood Connection, which is a strange commercial, more of a skit, My Wife, My Bitch, My Girl, Flash, Come Gangsta, The Melancholy Maze, which it says, and My World intro, but it doesn't really have like an intro into it. It just goes like right into the song. So you got Running Out of Time, which is subtitled or acronymed as Root. You got The Rain, Fuck 'Em Girl, The Beast, and This Is Me. I mean, N9ne always has long ass fucking song or CDs. It says it's got a bonus disc. Let me show you something here, guys. When I got this CD, it took me a good week to figure out that there was a bonus disc. I got to looking and shit at that, and it said that. Because like I said, I pull my CDs out, upload them right away, put them on my iPod, and then they pretty much have a shelf life the rest of their life. And I didn't notice this behind there before until I got to looking at the case. And then I got to look, and I was like, what the fuck? And looking at All Things Juggalo, his review he did of this just recently, he had a regular CD case where it opens right there, but as you can see, mine isn't like that. So after doing some investigating, it turns out that motherfucker opens up right there, which is fucking cool as hell. That is the most unique CD case I've ever had. Anyway, the CD comes with a bonus album, Strange Music Library, which has, if you've ever listened to Vintage Tech, it's a similar style kind of CD where Tech gives an intro to each song, but it's more like a little sampler. And the three N9ne songs actually were supposed to be on Everready, where they were recorded during the Everready recordings. So you got 3 songs from N9ne, 2 from Critical Bill, 2 from Scatterman and Snug Brim, 2 Cut Calhoun, 2 Project Deadmans, 2 Chris Calicos, and a Kibosh song, which fucking Kibosh has been in the makings for a long ass time. I don't know if we'll ever see that shit come out. I know Tech said in a recent interview with Fago Lovers that the band he had in mind is kind of going, he doesn't know what's going on with him, so he doesn't want to say, but it sounds like they're going through some hard times, so Kibosh is probably going to come out, not going to come out for a while longer. On the back here you got N9ne surrounded by the Clown and the King, which on the inside here you see Tech split into 3. It says, within my head it's not one-dimensional nor two-dimensional, but 3. For those who engage, just turn the page to the King, the Clown, and the G. Everybody has within them a different personality to him. And Tech is no different. He's just given his a name. Here you got the King, and it's got a little story to it along with a quote off of God Complex from Angelic. So I'll go ahead and read that to you. He feels highly elevated in rank and towers above anything petty. Though many situations may be great to most, to the king they remain trivial. A god complex is present at all times with this character, and he also thinks that the world would be a better place if civilians would think, feel, and rule like the king. Now into the quote, "He who treads the path of the beast is also he whose sins are repentable. But if you ever hurt a god, then we gotta do away with the genitals. Don't ever do something you'll regret. Do away with all these goody law-abiding motherfuckers and let there be tech." Haha. Flipping fucking forward. Pause for a second here. The king would be the egotistical side of anybody. Everybody's got it. That asshole who thinks he's high and mighty. Everyone's got one. I wouldn't say the selfishness, just the egotistical side of you that makes you think that you're right, or it's just Tech's way of saying it's his way of wanting to be a king where everybody would follow his way. So, it's kind of cool. Next up is the clown. Now the clown, it says here, he is the extreme party animal. In this realm of the clown, anything goes, whether it be the abundant use of drugs and liquor or the carnal use of many women. Consequence is not a factor in this character, for the clown reeks of self-destructive qualities and ideas regarded as deficient in judgment, much like the fool. Murder and mayhem often surfs the mind of this maniac, so beware of the unwise understandings and senseless acts of the clown. With a quote from Absolute Powers, trapped in a psycho's body, "If you're a friend, time to say toodaloo, 'cause ain't no possible way he can ever be true to you. Cancel your appointment to do the do. If he wants to kill himself, what the fuck you think he want to do to you?" Favorite quote of all time, actually, one of my favorite songs. And the clown, of course, is the party animal, exactly like it says. Just the drug abusive side of you, that great desire to just want to fuck something. Just the beast inside you, or he calls it the clown. He's kind of impersonified that, as that was once his fear as a kid. Moving on, you got the G, and this is your down to earth kind of chill. This is the Tech we know, the homie, you know, just that person that knows his true values. It says here, he has survived many deadly courses in life, including the distribution of drugs and gang activity, making the G very aware of pain and strife. Oftentimes when pain is dominant in life, one tends to seek those things that are pleasurable, like a spouse and or spending time with your children. In that respect, the G understands what's most important in life: unconditional love and family. Being a man of values, maintaining stability in the household is first on his daily agenda, so the laborer and breadwinner will always be the G. Now the quote from The Rain, which is off of Everready: "And my kids, all three of them suffer in the worst ways, because last year I missed all three of their birthdays. So when you see me with my eyes full of pain, give me love, because these are three of the reasons why I call the road the rain." Beautiful song. That was actually the song that made me want to go out and buy this album. So here you got the clown and the king fighting, I guess, for control, you could say. And then moving on along, you got the song credits here. Continued on to the next page with your thank yous, and then you got your executive credits and the credits for the Strange Music Library. So this is a really good album. If you don't have it, definitely pick it up. This was the second album I actually picked up when I got down to Georgia and started downloading some. I stumbled upon The Rain and even My World. Those two songs just was like, fuck, I want this album. So as soon as I got some extra money, I went to the local mall there in Conyers, Georgia, and scooped it up. So if you haven't done that, do it. It's a good album to have, so definitely do it. This ends part 1 of the Hostile Takeover. We're going to take a quick Fago break. I got a review I want to do for the 4th of July, so just plant that little seed in your head. There's only 2 albums it could possibly be. I mean, there's only 2 albums out there really kind of patriotic, right? So I'll let you guys try to guess which one you think it is coming up. So stay tuned for that, and then we'll kick right back in and continue the Hostile Takeover, which is going to go up clear to the release of Something Else, which will lead and end off with the review of Something Else. So thanks for watching, guys. This is DC Fago Guy. Peace.